Hello, my lovelies. Today I'm so excited to be reviewing six new niche perfumes that I've been testing out lately. Now, let me start off with something that I was the most excited to get my nose on. This is the newest release of Rosendo Mateu, and right now we are at number 10, and this is just called Musk. Musk, because basically it is all about musk. Now, this is my current scent of the day. Actually, I am gonna even top up. This is such a light and sweet musk. Very straightforward. There's no like complexity and all. Even in the opening, I don't get any aldehydes as written in the note breakdown. This to me just smells like sweet and clean musk. Now, the reason why I was so excited to check out Rosendo Mateu number 10 is because of the hype. I love clean smelling musky scents, and I am the type who will always go for anything clean musky. However, with Rosendo Mateu number 10, I find it nice. However, it's not that groundbreaking as I was expecting it to be. I think the hype gave that idea in my head because now that I have it and I have been testing it for, let's say, 2 days to give you my final thoughts. To me, this is like a sweet, clean musk that I'm going to categorize more as a skin scent. Yes, it is more of a skin scent. And in Fragrantica, I've seen comparison with another 13. No, it does not smell like another 13 to my nose. I will say it smells closer to clean reserve skin to the point that if you have clean reserve skin, I don't think you need Rosendo Mateu number 10. Now, is it a nice fragrance? Yes, of course it is. However, I think because of the grand hype, I just expected more. It is a nice fragrance. Also, I think if these lasted more than 6 hours on me, I think I will appreciate it more. I don't know. I think I'm even getting anosmic to it. It really stays close to the skin. So yeah, I think it's a clean smelling, sweet musk and vanilla combo. It feels warm to the skin. However, it doesn't project. It just feels warm. It's like I could really get that amber from Rosendo Mateu number 5, but make it like in a very toned down way. And I'm just talking about like the feel, like the warm amber feel. But yeah, it's still like sweet vanilla clean musk combo. I don't get like any laundry aldehydic vibes from it. And yeah, I find it very similar to clean reserve skin. Now, if you've tried this fragrance, let me know what you think because I have a feeling that I'm just getting anosmic to it. I highly recommend for you to sample this perfume first before committing to a full bottle because this can be tricky. As mentioned, I think I'm getting anosmic to it, and it's just a very simple scent to me. And yeah, I expected more. I think the scent is nice. It's just that, when something is hyped and then you expect it to be like, a leveling up with the hype, and then you're like, disappointed, not really giving like the best mask of 2026. If ever you want to sample this fragrance, get it from Raffinad because when it comes to sampling, I think Raffinad is the best website to go for, especially if you are based in Europe. Once again, Rosendo Mateu number 10, Musk, and I find this fragrance to be unisex. All right, next up is the newest release of Essential Parfums. I was also very excited about this perfume because reading the notes, I had a great feeling that I will love it. This is Ambre Latte. Yeah, created by master perfumer Jordi Fernandez for Essential Parfums. Essential Parfums is one of my favorite brands. I think they make simple, basic scent into such like a wearable and likable niche way. And it's just a niche perfume house that I highly recommend especially for those of you who are trying to get into niche perfumes because their fragrances are very straightforward. Anyway, yeah, enough rambling about Essential Parfums. Just that, yes, I highly recommend the brand for anyone who wants to start their niche perfume journey because it is a niche perfume house with such reasonable prices. Anyway, Ambre Latte, guys, basically is my favorite in today's video. And I am so happy because this is a kind of fragrance that I expected to like and I actually ended up loving. To me, this smells like an almond tonka latte. So imagine almond milk used in a latte. There is some sweetness in here that is done in a very sophisticated way. As it dries down, it is also quite woody. However, not woody to the point that it's prominent. This to me is more of like a creamy, fluffy, lactonic scent. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna describe it. It has that soft vanilla and caramel combo, I think, that gave sweetness to this fragrance. I'm categorizing it as a creamy, fluffy, lactonic scent that smells very comforting. If you love creamy, fluffy, lactonic scents that are not extremely sweet, you will love Ambre Latte. This is more of a lactonic scent that is not gourmand, and I absolutely love it. I know it says Ambre Latte, but I think this can also be called as an almond latte. If I can think of a perfume that it reminds me of, I will say Fig Infusion by Essential Parfums as well. There's something similar about these two perfumes. I think it is the soft vanilla. There's the sweetness similarity between the two that I noticed it straight away after first spray of Amber Latte. Nevertheless, guys, this is such a beautiful, long lasting scent. So yeah, I absolutely love it. This is a unisex lactonic scent that I highly recommend. I think this is perfect for everyday use. And yeah, if the sound of an almond tonka latte sounds appealing to you, then I highly recommend you checking out Ambre Latte by Essential Parfums. All right, next up is a new release from a brand that I just discovered. So this is called Corn Star from the brand called Fascent. Now, I've seen Fascent in social media. However, this is my first time to try their fragrance. And yeah, I'm lucky enough to be sent a PR of their newest release. It's called Corn Star. I know, very catchy. As the name suggests, actually, I thought that this will smell like a popcorn, but it doesn't. To me, this is more of like a fresh pear and coconut water combo. It is as if you cut fresh pears and put it in a coconut water. That's how it smells like. There's a slight nuttiness coming out from the sesame. So imagine like a light sprinkle of sesame seeds on top of that coconut water and pear. Yeah, and that's how cornstar smells like. This is a very likable, light, and airy gourmand. It has a fluffy, creamy texture that I find quite addictive. I think this is a very likable and wearable scent. If you love pear and coconut water, this will be like an instant love for you. Plus, the bottle looks so cute. And as far as I remember, the prices of their perfumes as well is very reasonable. So yeah, I recommend you checking out Cornstar. It doesn't smell like popcorn to me. And when it comes to performance, I will say it lasts me around 4 to 6 hours. I think you're gonna enjoy this if you are into light and airy gourmand scent. This is a kind of gourmand that you will enjoy under the heat. I have tried it under the heat and I actually like the clean yet sweet scent bubble that it gave me. Once again, Cornstar by Fascent, a light and airy, fluffy, slightly nutty airy gourmand. All right, next up is the newest release of Nuit Nomade, and this is Spicy Road. Now, I have worn this fragrance once, and even though I find it unisex, I think this is more masculine leaning, and I actually like it a lot. This is more of like a fall and winter scent because this is like warm and cozy, spicy scent. I guess Spicy Road is the perfect name for this perfume. It is inspired by Spice City, Kerala. So the main notes that I'm getting from this perfume are pepper, cloves, and some heavy woods in the base. But I will say the spices are more prominent. So yeah, let's say 70% pepper and cloves with an underlying dry woods. It is a straightforward scent, beautiful, nevertheless, and I find it to be more masculine leaning. In my opinion, it is quite similar to their sugar leather. However, it is like less sweet and more spicy. Also, I find this fragrance to be long lasting and it has a very good projection. I can tell that it is something that will linger in the air. Even if it's cold, yeah, and it gives like a beautiful scent bubble. I let my husband wear it, and I loved how it smells like. It lingers beautifully in the air, and I love that kind of projection from a perfume. So yeah, Spicy Road, I think you're gonna love it if you love spicy woody scents, especially if you enjoy the scent of cloves, because yeah, the cloves is the main note of this perfume. A great release. Once again, Spicy Road by Nuit Nomade. All right, so the next three fragrances are all in sample sizes, and I'm just gonna give you my quick thoughts about them. I received these three samples from Raffinad as well, so in case you will be interested, check out Raffinad's website. So next up is called, oh my god, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, Beaumont Sur Mer. Beaumont Sur Mer. If I butcher that, I am so sorry. Anyway, Beaumont Sur Mer is inspired by Côte d'Azur in France. So, having said that, I expect it to be like a summery fragrance. Oh, by the way, this is from Adamo Parfum, and this is one of their newest releases. So, Beaumont Sur Mer opens up quite minty, peppery, citrusy. It has a very unique opening, that it's quite hard to describe. I would say it's refreshing and kind of like minty, but I know that it's not mint. Maybe it's like, yeah, the juniper, but it's like, I don't know, it feels like juniper with some rosemary, yeah, that kind of freshness. And then there's something very unique about it, and I think it is the truffle note. So it has that underlying kind of like mushroomy smell, plus some light incense, clean smelling musk and sandalwood combo. Such a pretty, unique scent. Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna call it. I haven't smelled anything like it, and I do appreciate it if a brand actually makes something unique. So Beaumont sur Mer is definitely hitting the unique factor when it comes to uniqueness. This to me smells like as if like you are having a walk and you are getting some fresh air that's quite minty, sweet, and clean. Yeah, that is the vibe. This perfume, I will say, is quite hard to describe. Very unique scent. Next fragrance is also from Adamo Parfum, and this is called Romazzino. Now, this perfume is inspired by Sardinia, and this has more impact on me. I'm gonna categorize this fragrance more of like a nutty and refreshing tea scent, and I think you're gonna love it too if you are into tea in fragrances. Now, the difference of Romazzino, I will say, is that it has that prominent, clean smelling tea. At the same time, it has nuttiness coming from the pistachio and some creamy, fluffy texture in the base. This one is a big love. Love at first sniff. I would love to get a bottle of it. And yeah, a nutty, milky tea scent that I think a lot of you will like, especially if you are into almonds and milky scent profile. Once again, this is Romazzino by Adamo, and I find this one to be performing really, really good. Like, it's better when it comes to performance compared to Beaumont Sur Mer. Performance wise, this is above average. Once again, Romazzino by Adamo Parfum. All right, and last but not the least is the newest release of Goldfield and Banks. This is called Rose Magnitude, and basically this is like a sexy, mm, peppery, kind of like leathery, woody rose. The kind of rose that I'm getting from here is like jammy. So imagine like jammy rose plus pink pepper and something dark, like dark amber and some wood. Very sexy. Now I'm gonna categorize this as more of like fall and winter date night rose scent. It kind of reminds me of Tales of Amber, also by Goldfield and Banks. So it has that DNA with added pink pepper and jammy rose. Such a beautiful scent, nevertheless. However, it kind of reminds me of a lot of rose woody scents in the market. Not really unique, but it's a great scent. And also, I just want to mention that as this perfume dries down, the jammy rose kind of like turns into like a powdery rose. So it becomes like more powdery than jammy. A beautiful, complex rose fragrance. I love rose in fragrances. So that, so yeah, this is a big love for me. I think quality and complexity wise, it's beautiful. Performance is outstanding. I think, yeah, in today's list, this is the one that performs like the strongest. It's just that I think it's more of like a cold season scent. Once again, Rose Magnitude by Goldfield and Banks. This is a peppery, jammy, powdery rose wood leather combo that smells stunning, gorgeous, and alluring. And this is a unisex fragrance. Even a man can pull this off. That is the video for today, guys. Those are my honest thoughts and opinions about these new releases. Let me know if you've tried any of them, and yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This will be my last video before I fly to Aix. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and see you on my next one. Bye!